All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to this webinar on how to make shipping a competitive advantage, brought to you by ShipStation and FedEx Express Canada. My name is Mark Van Bree, and I'm the Senior Partner Marketing Manager here at ShipStation. I'm fortunate to come in every day here and see all the great things merchants do in the e-commerce space, and I get to work with the best companies in the industry, and that's why I'm thrilled to introduce Ben Bednarz, Manager of Digital Access Marketing here at FedEx Express Canada, as the co-host on this webinar. Thank you for joining us here, Ben.
Thank you for having me, Mark. I look forward to sharing some of the great FedEx services, solutions, and tools that help meet customers' needs across the board.
So let's begin with a few housekeeping notes. All attendees are muted, and your questions can be submitted via the question box in the GoToWebinar panel. We'll tackle as many as we can during the Q&A section at the end. And if you have any technical webinar questions about audio or any other issue, we'll do our best to answer those questions directly via the chat function as well. Lastly, this webinar will be recorded, and we'll email you when it's available for viewing on ShipStation.com. Today's webinar, we'll cover broadly a few key areas. First, we'll cover how e-commerce is doing and how shipping and fulfillment can be your competitive advantage. We'll also dive into why you should consider cross-border commerce and how FedEx and ShipStation help you with the tools to do so efficiently. And lastly, we'll talk about how shipping can make you stand out as a top performer by offering your customers more flexibility and convenience to receive their packages, driving loyalty.
Well, thank you, Mark. Let's get started by reviewing some recent e-commerce trends. E-commerce business has been growing at an average rate of 20% annually over the past decade. What is contributing to growth is the technology enablement of sellers to get online and the growing preference of consumers to shop online. The seller experience has really been enhanced with long-term sites like eBay and marketplaces like Amazon and Facebook, and a whole variety of e-commerce platforms that even allow for the construction of full-blown online stores that are simple to build and launch as a blog. On the consumer side, consumers are increasingly opting to shop online with a growing need for convenience and personalization. Brands and retailers have responded by expanding their digital footprints over the past few years. The growth in e-commerce isn't limited to business and consumer purchases. Business-to-business e-commerce is an emerging trend, with corporate buyers and sellers also opting for a seamless experience, one that really mimics the experience they've become used to when shopping for themselves personally. Moving on to the next slide here, the forecast for 2019 e-commerce sales in Canada is $44 billion, and that is expected to grow at a compound annual rate of 12%. Looking back, shopping options were scarce during the first generation of e-commerce development in Canada, but that has changed with the availability of software tools enabling easier e-commerce and allowing smaller retail players to be competitive. Off-the-shelf solutions like ShipStation have lowered the barrier to entry and enabled more nimble competition for the retail startups of every stripe. If you look at the next slide here, if you're excited by intra-Canada e-commerce growth, there is even more opportunity in the international e-commerce market. Global e-commerce sales are expected to reach $4.9 trillion by 2021. More global internet connectivity, coupled with a growing shift towards the convenience of e-tail, is resulting in billions of consumers around the world turning to e-commerce to fulfill their daily needs. Cross-border e-commerce is one of the fastest growing opportunities for retail, and growth rates equaling that of total e-commerce sales in 2017. However, we do understand that going cross-border can be challenging, with studies showing that the biggest challenges are related to navigating customs compliance, tracking deliveries across borders, and managing delivery expectations. That's why working with FedEx, who has expertise in international customs, visibility, and on-time delivery, no matter where your customer is located, can help with these challenges and help enable your cross-border growth strategy. Now, looking worldwide here, really the e-commerce industry does continue to grow. This slide shows 10 of the largest e-commerce markets globally. It's important to note that with each passing day, new e-commerce markets are emerging and established markets are reaching new milestones. Top reasons why consumers are looking to international brands include price, product or service, availability, and definitely selection. So don't let fear hold you back from taking advantage of this lucrative global e-commerce opportunity. Take time to research and build a strong foundation for your global e-commerce plan, taking into consideration local perceptions and trends, technology adoption and use, delivery infrastructure, currency and financial systems, and customs and regulatory requirements. So the speed of delivery and overall shipping experience for your customers can be a big competitive advantage for your brand. You can leverage the extensive network and reach of FedEx with over 650 aircraft serving 350 airports and 220 countries and territories worldwide. You can offer your customers an outstanding experience through the reliability that FedEx brings, enable your international growth strategies through the comprehensive custom solution and expertise that FedEx has to offer. So really, FedEx has the flights you need to fit your schedule and to reach your global markets. FedEx has more than 50 next-day weekly flights connecting the U.S. and Canada. We also offer international priority service between Canada and select countries in Latin America. And moreover, FedEx can deliver your products, whether it's a parcel or freight shipment, to select countries in Europe, the Middle East, the Indian subcontinent, and Africa in 2 business days. We can also reach select cities in the largest e-commerce market, China, within 3 business days. So not only do we have an extensive network and reach, we also offer a full suite of solutions to help ensure that your international shipping journey starts on the right track. One of them is a FedEx Global Trade Manager, and you can go there to find the right customs documents. Then you can use FedEx Document Preparation Center to prepare, save, and manage your customs documents. Lastly, ensure that you are leveraging electronic trade documents to submit your customs documentation to ensure a smoother clearance process. Delving a little deeper into FedEx electronic trade documents, you can see that it can be a key differentiator for your international shipping strategy. So we're going to delve into some of the critical features of ETD. So if we go to the next slide. Very good. You can be efficient by using FedEx-generated customs documents, and you can even customize them by uploading your company's letterhead and a signature image. You can save time and money. Uploading and submitting trade documents electronically eliminates the need for manual signing, folding, stuffing, and attaching customs documents to each shipment. Plus, you're saving on paper, energy, and printing costs. You can also enjoy peace of mind by getting a head start on the customs clearance process by submitting your trade documents ahead of the shipment. ETD provides complete pre-clearance assistance and proactive problem resolution so that you can reduce the chance of customs delays. If you're not taking advantage of electronic trade documents already, we strongly recommend that you leverage this solution to help avoid customs delays and ensure timely delivery of your international shipments.
Thanks, Ben. So I want to cover a couple of things here. There are several features in ShipStation that makes sending your orders across the border with FedEx easier and more efficient. So ShipStation automatically validates addresses in e-commerce powerhouse countries that Ben mentioned, like Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Australia, France, Germany. And in addition, a custom declaration section gets automatically created when an order has an international address in ShipStation. So you can set default values on global level or connect certain values based on the order import, automating your customs declaration. The harmonization code or tariff code required to expedite international shipments can be automatically set via your product defaults. And lastly, unique to the specific carriers like FedEx, you can opt to pay duties or taxes if that's part of your business strategy. So as Ben mentioned, FedEx can submit your customs documents electronically with ETD or electronic trade documents. ShipStation supports this great feature, and in fact, it's enabled by default. So like anything else in ShipStation, you can customize the settings and workflow to fit your business needs on that. When you print labels with ShipStation, you'll be able to see clearly marked on those labels for which ETD has been submitted. And a quick note, if you see INV on the label, no information was transmitted. So these services and automation features make cross-border commerce a lot less intimidating for merchants. But there's another part to e-commerce that's often intimidating for retailers, and that's multi-channel selling. There's a lot happening in the world of online marketplaces, and there are fantastic opportunities for merchants who can adapt. Here's one reason. There are different reports that a giant like Amazon may account for nearly 50% of all e-commerce transactions. Amazon and other marketplaces like it are playing an important role in the merchant's business strategy. So nearly half of internet users start product searches on Amazon, and a recent study found that 65% of US customers feel comfortable buying from merchants they've never heard of before, but they trust the marketplace they're buying from. So while merchants find success selling on their own website or a single primary channel, what can really make a difference is the multi-channel strategy. When we looked at our 2018 numbers, our ShipStation numbers, we found that merchants with one more channel saw an increase of 31% in sales revenue. Compare merchants with 5 channels versus a single channel merchant, and the difference grows to 234%. So we see average orders per channel remain stable, meaning that the more channels you add, the more you sell. There's no cannibalization there. But we know expanding your selling channels can be a scary endeavor. So we don't recommend shifting from gear 1 to gear 5. When you're looking to expand your selling channels, ask yourself a couple of important questions. Do a little bit of market research and understand the strengths and pitfalls of each marketplace to find the opportunity that's right for you. One of the key questions you have to ask yourself is really, can I manage the marketplace requirements? Most marketplaces place stringent requirements on their merchants. That's because customer expectations have been set. Customers expect high quality, high speed shipping, and most of the times they expect it for free as well. So you have to start thinking of shipping as an extension of your brand, of your customer experience. And if you have the right strategy, it can become a really competitive advantage when you sell on marketplaces. So most marketplaces track your metrics against requirements and benchmarks. And some of the most important ones are ones that have to do with shipping. Marketplaces expect you to minimize your fulfillment lag time, for example. Your orders should hit the mail stream the same day or by the end of the next business day. And we'll cover more on that shortly. Depending on the service level the customer requested or paid for, marketplaces keep track of the percentage of orders delivered within the promised time frame. And marketplaces do this by requiring valid tracking numbers for all shipments. Of course, customers expect to be able to track their shipment as well. So back to that first key marketplace metric, minimizing fulfillment lag time. That's where shipping software like ShipStation comes in. Multi-channel selling becomes efficient when you sync all of your orders from all of your marketplaces into one single platform to manage all your shipping. When orders come in from different marketplaces, ShipStation can customize your views and filters so that you can see in one glance what orders need your immediate attention. From there, you can create pick lists for your team so they can get started right away. Further enhancing shipping efficiency is the automation you can apply to your fulfillment processes. Take service mapping, for example. If you get an Amazon order that requires express delivery, you can map those orders to the carrier service of your choice. Product defaults are a way to save time on setting weight or dimensions manually for each order, or maybe certain products are sold from certain warehouses or to generate the right pick lists. Preset groups are like product defaults that are shared by a group of products, and in ShipStation, those will override individual product defaults. And lastly, to really fine-tune your customization, you can set up automation rules. For example, if you're using branded boxes or inserts for orders from your own store, you can use automation rules to ensure that you use plain or carrier packaging for orders from Amazon, and Amazon requires that you use plain or carrier packaging. Or perhaps you want to set a specific carrier service for all your orders with a foreign recipient address. Those are some powerful tools that can help you speed up your processes and save time and money while you focus on growing your business. So now you've made the sale. As we've mentioned before, the customer expects high quality and high speed delivery, all while getting updates and communications. So that's really your opportunity to shine. There's this thing in marketing theory, and it's called conformance quality. And that's the degree to which your product meets your customers' expectations based on your marketing. So the post-purchase experience is your opportunity to reinforce your brand and deliver on that expectation that your customer has. There are all kinds of stats out there that show customers are more likely to buy from you again if your fulfillment experience stands out. And in addition, one survey even suggested 40% of customers regularly post interesting packaging or unboxing on social media, spreading your brand even further into a wider reach. ShipStation has a few tools to reinforce your brand through the fulfillment experience. Shipping notification emails, which are open at 100% plus rates. You can go beyond the simple message and add your brand personality there. Branded tracking pages allow ShipStation merchants to show customers the products being shipped and link back to your site and your social profiles, your messaging. And it's easy to add your logo and custom message on shipping labels and packing slips automatically for that little bit of an extra touch. You can be as creative as you want. We've seen merchants add stickers, handwritten notes, and other items to orders to really deliver on that personalized experience. And of course, to make sure your brand matches the experience, pick a carrier that you trust to deliver your package the way you need.
Well, great. Well, thanks, Mark. I'm going to continue the presentation here, and we're going to talk about the last mile experience. The most important factor in the last mile is the experience of the end customer, which is the consumer. Consumers have the same expectation of service from the places they shop online as they do in store, except they expect it faster, in line with the speed of the digital world. The first time logistics and shipping are on the front line of the customer experience as retailers take a step behind the scenes. The last mile should be a crucial part of your overall e-commerce strategy, as 38% of consumers would stop purchasing from a retailer because of a negative experience. Thankfully, FedEx has tools that can help you make sure that you have a great customer experience, and we have you covered with one of them called FedEx Delivery Manager. It gives your customers control that they're looking for over the shipments that they have in their deliveries. The customers will be notified via email of when their shipment will arrive, and they'll have the ability to select alternative delivery options. Of course, shipping really isn't just about sending packages. FedEx also provides the support you need to give your customers peace of mind. So you can enable FedEx Delivery Manager for your customers to receive proactive notifications via email of when their shipment will arrive, increasing their tracking visibility. So with the continued growth of online shopping, more and more packages are being delivered to homes every day. This increase in deliveries, however, has led to growing concerns over package security. FedEx offers multiple delivery options for the recipient to choose from, including leaving packages in a safe spot with driver delivery instructions, redirecting to a FedEx location, retail location, or delivering on a future date. So your customer never has to worry about where their package might be left, whether it be unattended on the porch, with these options. FedEx also offers a number of signature options to ensure the receipt of high-value goods. We provide enhanced security, control, and convenience through a choice of indirect signature required, direct signature required from somebody at the address, and adult signature required, really to meet differing shipment needs. So ultimately, an adult would sign for the package in that location. So looking at the next slide here, 73% of respondents in the study rated ease of returns process as the top decision-making factor when shopping online. So your customers received your product, and no matter the amazing shipping experience you provided, they want to return the product. This has long been a pain point for online merchants, but you shouldn't only think about the returns post-purchase. In fact, a lot of customers look at the returns policy before they make a purchase. A purchase decision is a risk-reward decision. Buying online involves more risk because you don't physically get to hold the product or inspect it. Having a customer-centric returns policy removes this risk for the customer. It removes the barrier to purchase. And with a great returns policy and returns experience, shoppers are more likely to repeat purchase. So FedEx puts customers in control of returns, helping to manage costs, improving customer service, and bringing efficiency and certainty to business operations. FedEx can help streamline the returns process. Firstly, we have an increasing number of package drop-off locations and drop boxes available 24/7, and a growing network of staffed retail locations. All great for those return shipments. Another return feature that you could take advantage of is the creation of a return label at the same time as you create the outbound shipment. You have 3 ways to provide the return label and any related customs documents to your customer. So you can enclose hard copies with the outbound shipment. You could email a PDF file of the label and documents, or you can email a link to an editable return label, which allows your customers to edit the material, like their shipping documents, their label, helping facilitate the clearance of, let's say, the shipment and avoid delays if their return contents do not match the original shipment. And then lastly, FedEx's tracking solutions allow shippers to easily manage visibility and reporting for all returns on their account. You and your customers can take advantage of 3 great returns features. So when creating the late return label, you can set up an email notification for critical aspects of the return journey, letting individuals know the status of the shipment. You can also easily link the return shipment with the tracking number of the outbound shipment, even if the return shipment is created at a later date. So you get visibility to the outbound and the return. And lastly, you can download reports from FedEx tracking of all return shipments, whether they're in transit or they're already delivered or not yet shipped. So lots of control that you can exert over returns and give that visibility that you and your customers are looking for.
Thanks, Ben. Returns is the last thing I wanted to show you from the ShipStation side. In ShipStation, you can activate a self-serve branded returns portal. Of course, you can always include a returns label inside your box, or you can link in your emails, and on your website to this portal. Customers simply need their order ID and zip code to find the product they want to return, and the customer can then print a return label. The merchant, you can set the service you want the merchant or the end customer to use for that. So this not only saves you time and money, it's again an opportunity to let your brand shine. You can even collect data on why folks return products to make improvements in how you sell. When we looked at our merchants, customers were 29% more likely to shop again from merchants that implemented this returns portal.
Great. Well, thank you, Mark. And maybe just wanted to talk a bit here about growing your business internationally with FedEx. We can really help enable your growth strategy. Our extensive network, reach, and custom solutions can help you expand into global markets. We have the coverage and service for every business need. And finally, we can help you build brand loyalty through our comprehensive suite of last mile and global return solutions. So I just want to say thank you for your time today. It's been a pleasure being your presenter, and I'll pass it over to Mark to close out the presentation.
Thanks again, Ben. Well, we definitely hoped you learned a thing or two on this webinar today. So thank you, Ben, for joining us here. If you're not already on ShipStation, you can start a free trial today, get unlimited access and onboarding from an experienced account manager. You can take advantage of special FedEx Canada pricing through ShipStation, where you can save up to 45% of shipping with select FedEx Express services without any commitments or volume requirements. Simply connect FedEx and ShipStation, and the details are right there. So thank you all very much for joining this webinar. Let's see if we have some time for a few questions that have come in during the webinar. I did see a couple of questions come in already, and I've got our in-house expert, Devin, here to answer some ShipStation question. So let's look at a couple of questions that came in. One question came in that says, can I add multiple FedEx accounts to one ShipStation account?
All right, good afternoon. My name is Devin Avery. I'm the Partner Direct Account Manager here at ShipStation. The question was, can you add multiple FedEx accounts to a single ShipStation account? Absolutely. So the ability to add multiple carrier accounts, the same carrier account to a single ShipStation account is one of the most efficient tools that we have for some of our drop shippers out there. So if you are a drop shipper, you're shipping for multiple merchants, of course, you're able to add each one of those merchant accounts to ShipStation, and you can actually create automation and automation rules in ShipStation that will automatically assign certain orders to certain carrier accounts that you have connected.
Thanks, Devin. So another question that came in, and this question is for the FedEx panelist, for Ben. How can my customers take advantage of FedEx Delivery Manager?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That's a good one. It's really simple. We covered a little bit earlier, but ultimately all you need to do is pass the email address of your recipient when you're creating your shipment documents and labels, and then they'll be able to take advantage of all those great FedEx Delivery Manager features we were talking about, like leaving delivery instructions, and maybe leave it at the side door, or maybe deliver on a future date because you're not going to be home, or again, redirecting it to a FedEx retail location that is close by so you can pick it up after work. So really, a really simple process. All you have to do is include the email address with your shipment, pass it along to FedEx, and then delivery manager options are available for your recipients.
Excellent. Thank you. So a couple more questions. Let's see. Does ShipStation offer any kind of inventory management? I'll let Devin take that question again.
So does ShipStation offer any kind of inventory management? Yes, absolutely. So ShipStation, we do have a native inventory solution that's built into our software that does allow our merchants to track and manage their stock levels from directly there in the interface. We can actually alert merchants whenever their stock falls below a certain threshold. We can also apply stock counts to higher priority orders first. Of course, we want you guys to get the orders sent out that actually have the most stock available. And then we can even prevent users from shipping orders that are out of stock. So we can actually create alerts in ShipStation that will alert you guys whenever your stock count falls below that threshold, and of course prevent you from sending out any orders that actually don't have that stock in place.
Thanks again, Devin. So it looks like we may have about two more questions coming in. Can multiple people be logged into one ShipStation account at once?
So can multiple people be logged into a single ShipStation account at once? ShipStation, we offer different subscription plans. Each one of the subscription plans gives you a certain amount of users that you're allowed on the account. A user, of course, is just anyone that has access to your ShipStation account. So we do offer plans that have multiple users available. If you are on a one user plan, then of course only one user will be able to be logged into the account at one time. If someone else were to log in using your information, it of course will kick you out and log them in. However, if you were on a multiple user account, then both the users would be able to be logged in and would have access to the same information within the account.
Thanks again, Devin. It looks like that's it for the questions for today. Thank you all again for joining us here. Again, we hope that you learned a thing or two about cross-border, the opportunity to sell to other countries, to sell on multiple marketplaces. There's really a lot of excitement and fantastic opportunities out there. And with the right shipping strategy, you can make your e-commerce business a real success. So thank you again for joining us here. Should you have any questions after the webinar, you can email us at webinars@shipstation.com. Again, a reminder to sign up for a trial at ShipStation.com if you're not on ShipStation yet, and take advantage of that those 45% savings on select FedEx Express services. Thanks again, Ben, for joining us here. Thanks, Devin, for answering our questions, and we'll catch you next time.